The object of making the ball touch the ground on the opponent's side of the court may not in theory have anything to do with fighting crime. But this exercise today, or even trying to score a goal, is a good way to de-stress, ease tension, and strengthen friendships.
The officers need at times a little R&R, right? Having a sports day like this brings them together, brings about the atmosphere for us to take a bit off the work we do on the streets. No? I think at times we tend to focus a lot on what's happening out there, and at times we tend to forget our families, forget the camaraderie we have out here. And a sporting event like this just brings us together, unites us, both in the field of sports and likewise in brotherhood and sisterhood.
And there was plenty of that to go around on this warm Saturday in the Old Capitol. The Police Department Sports Day, which hopefully will become an annual event, brought together officers from the Belize District, including San Pedro and Keycorker. And it got a thumbs up from the top cop himself.
I certainly think it does a lot for the morale. I believe the police department in the past had Sports Day, and Mr. Aragon in his initiative saw that it is necessary for us to do more things to build the morale and the camaraderie.
Preparation for the sporting event started months ago, and while it showed on the field with several missed opportunities to score a goal, by the end of Saturday's Sports Day, one key objective was realized.
Activity measures the level of fitness. Activity like this brings out some emotions, release stress. It brings together brotherhood, unity, and a police officer can measure his fitness after the sport day. He can go home and say, you know what, I'm out of shape, I need to get in shape. And I don't think anybody wants to be out in shape, Patrick Jones. I just believe that sometimes a lot of workload that we have just want us to rest and go eat and so forth. And one of the things that I believe that police officers need to practice is healthy eating. But because we are out lot, we just eat what we find on the street.
And while fast foods contribute to poor eating habits, it is a link in the chain that the department is hoping it can break. Hamilton says that the establishment of a functional gym for the men and women of law enforcement will also go a long way in helping to create a healthier police department.
It is trying to create an atmosphere where our officers will be able to look forward to being more physically fit. Right? It's been a good while since we have done events like this, and I think that bringing our officers together, working towards physical fitness is the ultimate goal, because we need to improve upon our physical appearance as police officers. But these sporting events will just create the atmosphere for us to look forward to next year, and our officers will hopefully begin to do a lot more physical, and we're going to put other little programs in to lead up to this big event.
And while the big event on Saturday was undoubtedly a success, Commissioner Jeffries says there are other smaller events throughout the year which are intended to help make the career of a police officer less hectic.
Other formations, they operate by what we call regions. And from time to time, we would have football games between, let's say, Orange Walk and Corozal, between Benke and Stancrick. So we have Belize City divided into 4 regions: the Northern, Southern, Western, and Eastern Division. Those regions have their own sporting competition, but they've never organized a large sport day like this. Belize City has the larger number of persons, something like about 35 to 40% of the manpower, and they can draw more people while still maintaining police coverage around the city.
The break from the office and even from the mean streets of the Old Capitol did not mean that the criminals had a free run of the city. Officer Commanding Eastern Division Assistant Commissioner of Police Elodio Aragon Jr. says that contingencies were put in place.
We don't have the whole Eastern Division, right? We cannot do that. We have to maintain our law and order presence on the streets. What we do have in place is we have people from Belmopan, police officers. We have other specialized units that are out there working, covering for the men and women who are out here today.
And while Compol Jeffries was up for the challenge, Commissioner, I want to challenge you, me as a reporter against you as Commissioner.
All right, that's a race. You have a bet. Just set the time and we'll participate. Thank you.
This reporter forgot his running shoes at the studio, but we'll keep the challenge in mind. The Eastern Division boss, however, knew his limitations.
I'll tell you the truth, I'm not that physically fit right now, but I'm looking forward in a few years to at least, you know, work on that. But I'm not going to compete with those guys, right? I'll stay out here and watch it and support them from the sidelines.
The police department sports day was undoubtedly a success. It was also an opportunity for otherwise uptight officers in a line of duty to let their guards down, if only temporarily. Reporting for Love News, I am Patrick Jones.